We are
Let's go,
live.
man. Let's go,
Let's
man.
go.
Happy Monday, my friend.
Happy
How are
Monday.
you?
I'm fine. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's
Um,
it's going to be an interesting episode. I had a 2 day public speaking event, and
Great.
I'm kind of I'm kind of tired. I'm emotionally charged, but I'm telling you, I don't have so much energy. And you wrote me this morning that you have a little bit of a cold,
Yeah,
but we showed up. We're here,
we
and
are
let's
here.
give it our best to the audience, man. Everybody who's joining us right now, welcome to Productivity Mastery. Happy Monday. Those of you watching live, if you have any questions related to the speaking industry, related to becoming a bookable speaker, the marketing side of it, this is the guy. This is the guy. Rajan, why don't you give us a bit of a introduction of yourself, but more like it's super interesting. You entered the speaking industry when you were 17. So how did that
Yeah,
happen? Why did you join this world so early?
super. Thank you for your invite today, Stoyan. And thanks and welcome, everyone. My name is Ryan. And yes, I'm starting when I was 17. Was studying international marketing and events, and I did an internship also at an event company. And on one of the biggest events they had, I saw a lot of people with kind of headsets or something else, and they are really in black suits and everything. And I thought, okay, what are they? Are they bodyguards or security guards, or what is the job? So tell one guy, okay, hey, how are you, and what's your job, and blah blah blah. And he said to me, okay, I am a event manager or event producer, and I'm doing this event for 12 years, and I'm the head responsible for all the events. So I thought, oh, great, that's really really nice, and also the impact that you can make with these events. I thought, okay, maybe this is something for me. And then I starting at Corona, at the Corona with webinars. So one of my best friends and I, we starting with webinars during the Corona on schools because the motivation get a dip on a lot of schools with students. So we starting with webinars on Instagram and on Zoom to get more motivations with some nice persons in the Netherlands and some speakers, some little speakers on. We invite them on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and hey, you have a nice story, go in our live. And on that point, I check what the results are from speaking, and also that if someone has a story and he gonna speak with his story and outside, that he can make impact. And on that level, when I was 17, I decided, okay, this momentum of impact with what you can create as a speaker with your story and to deliver your story to the background and to others, I think this is the right place for me. So in that case, I started to do more webinars, and also I started my own event business, and later on my own speakers business.
Tell us a little bit about the speaker's business. I think many people don't even know it exists. Like, what
Yeah,
is the speaker bureau? And
yeah,
and maybe just very quickly, what do you do, you
yeah,
individually?
yeah.
What do you do?
Super.
Because you're part of some global bureaus, and like, what does that actually mean for the
Yeah, yeah, of
audience
course.
watching? And
Fine. My role is I am responsible for the theater shows here in the Netherlands. So we produce a lot of theater shows with speakers here in the Netherlands, and also I have a strategic background for Athenas, one of the biggest European speakers agency here in the world. And I do a lot of strategic things. So how we can profile speakers in the Dutch market, and how we sell more speakers in the Dutch market and more bookings. So that's my role now. And if we tune on what's a speakers agency, it's a secret game. Because if I go to a party and they say, okay, I work for a speakers agency, then they say, okay, what's a speakers agency? But it's like a bookings agency for DJs, or for, let's say, if you want to book Beyonce or Rihanna, you go to a bookings agency and call them, okay, I want Rihanna. And they say, okay, I have Rihanna, but then for 3 million euros. And you say no for 2 million. And then you're gonna decide what you want. And we do that with speakers, with moderators on events. So if you are organizing an event, so here in the Netherlands, you want a inspirational speaker, or you want a moderator to present the event, you go to Athenas or one of our labels, you tell them your topic, the date of the event, the time of the event, and what you want really. And then we provide a nice speaker for you. You can hire that speaker. So that is the construction, and that's the way how we work. And we have in the Netherlands thousands of events. So also thousands of bookings here at Athena. So that's great to see.
By the way, everybody should follow Ryan on Instagram because I mean I don't know if you sleep, brother. I
Yeah,
don't know if you sleep. Like it's like
some hours.
event to event. You're in a car. You're preparing. You're booking somebody. You're in the office. Like, do you sleep?
Yeah, I
Like
sleep
is that
some hours, but I like my job really because it's about the story and also about the impact you can make. And the event business and also the speaking business is driving and driving. So every time, every day, there are new topics, or topics are be bigger than the other day. For example, AI. AI is a nice topic, and every time, every day, you have nice new ideas about AI. So I think that is matter because I need that also. I need that, like, okay, we have something new and we want to go there, and that's also the reason that I work a lot. But also I like the business a lot.
many people might not know what a speaker agency is, a speaker bureau is, but everybody knows speakers and events,
Yeah,
and there's many people interested, also from our audience, interested to become speakers. Either they're just maybe they work for a corporation or they're entrepreneurs and they want to start sharing their story on stages, or they have the desire to become professional speakers. So let's talk about the marketing.
yeah,
You're on the side that is recommending speakers to clients, to events.
yeah.
What makes a speaker bookable? If you have two equally good speakers, how would you choose to recommend one as opposed to the other?
Yeah, cool question. I think the main point, if you are a speaker or you want to be a speaker, is visibility. Here in the Netherlands, we have more than 1,000, no, more than 100,000 people. They are saying that they are speaker, but not of them are speakers. So you need to have a social media strategy or a strategy on marketing that helps you to get visible on the market. And you need to be on one time each on. So the first thing I said to all the speakers is, okay, you have your topic. So let's make example, it's AI. And in this year, the AI agents are very popular as a topic because that is the topic worldwide, etc. Then you need to check, okay, what's my role in this completely difference about AI and theory or practices and everything. And if you choose your role, so my role is, okay, I'm going to talk about AI agents because this and this and this, and I want to change the world because this. They have one outline, and with this outline, you go on the market. And then it's important that you are visible for speaker agents, speaker bureaus, and event companies. And to be visible, it's like not a ChatGPT story. So you write a post on ChatGPT. It's about what's your why as a speaker? Why you are turning as a speaker? Is that because you want to change the world of war, or you want to be the best one in focus, or something else? That is, I think, the first question you need to answer before you go on stage or you go start with marketing. And then with marketing, you can choose a lot of things. But if you want to choose about the three best things, then you have your SEO/SEA, so your search engine optimization. Because if you looking only to the Netherlands, approximately 90% of our clients are searching online. So if you are not visible online, so if you don't have a good website or you're not visible, don't looks nice, you get less bookings and less requests. The second one is to put a social media strategy on LinkedIn and Meta. So LinkedIn is the corporate field, and everyone is on LinkedIn. And also to start with posting, and start with 1 time a week, then 2 times a week, then 3 times a week. And if you have a content planner, start with one post about yourself, the why. So the why of Simon Sinek, that's the most important here in the speaker's game. The second one is explanation about your topic. So a blog about AI agents. What is the next step with AI agent? And the third one is visibility about your speaking gigs. And if you don't have speaking gigs, make some speaking gigs. Launch a podcast online. For example, do free gigs, because you need to have some photos, videos about you speaking, because that's the most important thing also here inside is people love to see you on video. And also sometimes they decide if they go for you or for another speaker based on videos. So that is the second one. And I think the third one is your network. Your network is your net worth. And that's, I think, also here in the speakers company, in the speakers world, connect with a lot of speakers and with a lot of speakers agencies. And for example, if you are starting, don't do something as exclusivity or something else, but do like, okay, I will on this platform and this platform. Then you have a lot of times to visit that, and also your network on LinkedIn, your network on events, go to events, make connections, and also go to event agencies, make a connection with them and say, okay, hey, I have a nice idea about this, or maybe we can do a little bit of introduction about my topic, because in this case is the personal invite more important than make money, because making money, and of course the speaking agency has a lot of money and you can earn a lot of money on speaking, but the first case is to also be ready with your network.
That's awesome, man. From my experience, the best way to be booked as a speaker is to be a great speaker.
Yeah,
That
yeah, it's
the
your
truth
story.
is, like, I think so many speakers underappreciate and neglect the preparation and the when you're given an opportunity, even if it's speaking for free initially, because
Yeah,
initially nobody knows you. You need to prove yourself. Even if you're given this stage with 20 people, 50 people, whatever, you need to do your best to go and to deliver. And as you said, Ryan, then you ask the organizers, okay, you cannot pay me, but can you record my session? Because then you
yeah,
have some little bit of footage so you can put it online. And I'm actually, I just want to hear you thinking, because you're on this side that you put your name to recommend speakers to your clients, right? So you cannot take a risk. You need to make
yeah,
sure that the speaker is really good and they'll deliver. Imagine that you ask me, hey, Stoyan, I have this topic on cybersecurity, and do you know anybody who's really good in cybersecurity? And I say, hey, talk to this guy. So I recommend you this guy.
yeah, yeah.
I'm curious, what's your thought process? What is your step by step to evaluate whether this speaker, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to LinkedIn? Like, how are you going to
Yeah, yeah, cool
evaluate?
question.
Like, just let me know.
Yeah, I started when I was 17, and the first years I did everything at my own, and then I make the collaboration with Athenas, the biggest European speakers agency. And it was when I was doing this alone, you are looking for a lot of things as a speaker. So the first thing is, okay, how's the socials? What makes the social sense? So what's the topic? Do we have some videos when I can see you talking? And what is the recommendation about you? When that's checked, so okay, the recommendations are fine, the profile looks nice, and you have a lot of ranking factors on LinkedIn. So your header, your headline, your competition. So that's are the factors I'm looking for. Then the video is what kind of video? Is it a topic? It's an interesting topic. Also, what are your skills of speaking? Do you use speaking skills? Because you can also make a lot of silence in your speaking skills. So that's the second one. And then the third one is to have a online chat or a physical chat. And in that moment, if we are talking with each other, is for me the best question for, okay, what's your goal? What is the mission you have with your talk? And then sometimes we go with our office and we go with some bookings agents to different events to see you as a speaker, because I think the most best and biggest question is, if you have the goal of the client and you have your own keynote, what is the let's say if you make 100% on making this goal, then it's of course fine, but also 70-80% is fine. So we need to check what is the goal of your topic and of your keynote, and if that makes sense and if that check the boxes, then we go, okay, let's go with each other. So I'm seeing speakers like it's a super nice job, but also you are important for an event. If you are have a shitty presentation or your story, it's not like your own story, people can see that, and people are paying a lot of money for you. So I think that is the main thing. How is your story? And with story, we are working with Speakers Club. That's a Dutch agency here in the Netherlands. They do a speaking gig training, and they do also storytelling training and masterclass about public speaking, and also high level. And you're also doing that. And I think that if you have a coach or if you're starting now as a speaker, search for a coach also, because sometimes you think, okay, my story is fine. But then if you are checking, okay, this story for 600 people, is that also fine? Because then you need to have some things to move or to make settings others, because for 600 is another level than for 10 or 20 people. And then you need to be also interactive, because now in this world with Instagram, TikTok, and the funnels we are inside, need to have a lot of attention on your keynote. So that's are the funnel I have to search also for speakers and to check with speakers.
I just want to remind everybody who's listening live, if you have any questions, please drop in the
Of
comments,
course.
because we can take some specific questions, especially related to what makes a bookable speaker. I'm curious, something else. Maybe that's not on your side, but on your client side, because you have a lot of interactions with them. You know them well. I've seen over the years that clients are interested in credible titles. For example, he was a vice president of Pepsi, right? So
Yeah.
so that's kind of something that might be more interesting than somebody who might be much better speaker, but they don't have the credentials. But I'm curious to hear from you. Like, another thing that I've observed is not only you need to have I'm going to speak about AI, but you need to have some sexy title, a talk that's
Yeah.
super relevant, and it's a sexy language title. But I wanted to hear it from you. Do you see the same kind of, like, clients are looking for this kind of, not credentials, but like some kind of a, because when they get the speaker, they need to
Yeah.
sell it to their audience, right? So if you
Of
have the
course.
vice
Of course.
president or the CEO of Pepsi, even if they're not such a great speaker, it's like, it's the CEO of Pepsi, man. Of course, I want to learn from
Yeah.
this guy, right?
Yeah, of course. I think you're right in your next senses. It is the vice president of Pepsi is not always the good speaker. And that is what our rule is for our advice to events, that if you want a big name, okay, fine. But our advice is to not be or doing or hiring a big name, because it's about the quality. It's about the content. And yeah, you can have vice president and you can pay 30, 40,000 euros for them for 1 hour, but also you can move to a lower one with a lot of content. So it depends like which event it is. So because let's have an example for a relationship event for like a company, they want to sell a lot of things. I think then it's a great case to have someone with a bigger name and status. But then always it's the question, what you prefer. Do you prefer more bigger name, lower quality, or a higher quality and a lower name? And I prefer always a higher quality, lower name, because the quality is the most important, and also the reason when people goes to your event, because people want to learn, people want to invite, people want to make some things nicer about your event. And if you have only bigger names, and here also in the Netherlands, we can see that we have a lot of big names, but we are selling a lot of speakers. They are not so big in the Netherlands. So they are not, if you are walking here in Amsterdam, they are not, oh yeah, you are this. No, they are normal people with a big story, and they are booksellers also, but not so
How do you sell
famous.
them? How do you sell them? That's interesting. How do you convince the event organizer, look, this is not the vice president of Pepsi, but you got to get these guys? Like, what do you emphasize on if that's not their corporate background, let's say?
Yeah. I think then it's the main question always to customers also is, and event organizers, what's your goal and what's the background of the event? And also, if you spoke as diversity, how you can how you can make your events like diverse. And I think the scope in this case is that you need to find what is the background of the speaker and what is also the main points and the pain points of the company. So let's say the pain point of this company has about burnouts, and we have a big burnout expert in the Netherlands with million of followers, but he's also expensive and they don't have the money. Then we are searching for some other burnout experts with selling a book or other names, and then we use the book, for example, as a sales magnet, or like, okay, he wrote this book and this book says this, and you can invite him also for a speech on your event. The second one is that we are introducing the speaker fast to the client. So in some cases, or in a lot of cases, people came to us, they make a request on the website, or they call us and, okay, I want this speaker, and then we do the administration process for the speakers and everything. But in some cases, it helps if we put the speaker earlier on the call. So let's say we call the client and we say, okay, we have the right speaker, call with the speaker and check if they are right. And in that conversation, you can do more than only advising the client, because then is the speaker involved more, and also give them some extra advice for free. So I think that case is also nice to selling speakers without a lot of famous background.
And one point that I catched, and it's not necessarily focused on only on the speaker industry, but generally the business relations. But it worked quite well for me in the business. Is you need to put yourselves in the shoes of the other side, and I see many speakers don't do that. They kind of take it for granted. Oh, I'm a good speaker. I have these topics. They have to get me. No, every event is super different, and you need to get to understand them. You have to be empathetic. One of my first kind of, what can I say, like speaking gigs, even though back in the day was maybe my third gig. They didn't pay me anything. They covered my cost and everything, but that was my third ever appearance, right? And it was a really nice conference. I didn't just say, hey guys, I want to be a speaker at your conference. Here's my background. I went in, I checked the conference, I saw the stages, I put some thoughts, right? Like what can I contribute? How can I give? How can I be of value to this conference? Like, okay, there is a marketing stage, there's this type of conference. I have this thing that I can contribute to this stage, and I'll be really happy to explore it and discuss it with you. And I gave them, they had three spots, TBC, right? So I went in and I was like, for this stage, I can maybe deliver this. If you guys need somebody for this stage, I can maybe deliver this. I'll be happy to have a chat and hear more about what you want to achieve with the event and whether we have when I a match. Then we jump on a call. We had a good conversation. They invited me. And later, they invited me a few more times. I landed some clients out of there. Like, it became a really good sort of collaboration. But I would say just always kind of put yourselves in the shoes of, I mean, if you want to approach Ryan, like, what is Ryan interested in? He's a busy guy. Like, I would imagine so many speakers write you all the time, and they want to they want you to represent them. And you're not going to say yes to everybody. You don't have the time and you don't want to.
No, because you want also to have control on your own quality, and I think you can't measure a lot of speakers like 700, and I think the thing is also what you're saying is, if you are preparing your own speaker gig or guide or something else, provide 3 different services. So your first service is like a keynote, and keynote is like, let's say 35-45 minutes maximum, shortly call to actions inside. Then you have the masterclass, and the masterclass is longer for a smaller group, and you go on site the topic to explain the topic, but also to make something happen. And the third one is like an online course or an online portable something, because in that way you have 3 products as a speaker in your reel, and I can choose as a speaker agent or event agent, okay, I want this, or I want this. And that is also, I'm studying neuromarketing, and in the neuromarketing also is 3 things are the most important. So make the middle thing the most important, let's say the keynote, and sell the keynote as much faster you can. But make some 3 different things. A lot of speakers are using one thing. So I'm the keynote, I'm doing the keynote, this keynote, and then they don't have bookings because the keynote is not so popular or the topic's not popular. So make some 3 different products in your reel and give them to speaker agents or to clients.
This is super interesting, man. I think most speakers naturally would think, I might be doing training and masterclass, but I wanna show the speaker agent that I'm a speaker. So they probably will do it on purpose, not to show you the other products. And you tell me that these days the industry is actually more looking for different options.
Of course.
So if somebody gives you these different options, you probably be a little bit more likely to take them on, right?
Yeah, of course, because always in this world we are now with Instagram and everything, and also with a lot of speakers in the game, I think you need to have minimum three different topics, not a lot more, because focus is always the key. But focus is not to focus on one keynote. The focus is to have your topic. So I am, let's say, I'm the expert of selling speakers, and then I have maximum three topics I gonna tell. And for me, is that, let's say, marketing, and then if I go specific, it is neuromarketing or social media marketing. Then I have pricing, because pricing is a most important thing as a speaker. What's your price as a speaker? Are you low, mid, or high level? And the third one, it's like kind of webinars or kind of media things to promote myself as a speaker agent, like that. So in this case, I have three different things, but the topic focus is speaker relationship on bookings. So I think for every speaker, you need to think about, okay, what can I do? And also, how can I make myself more visible on that one? And you are a great example of this one, because you have your own podcast, you're posting a lot of on socials, you're connecting with a lot of people from other countries, and also you have speaking gigs. So you can see, move, and think fast with everything which you have now.
And what about personal referrals? Like you mentioned that connections are very important. Um, would you recommend speakers to initially, like, if somebody wants to get to somebody like either you as a speaking bureau agent guy or the direct clients, like what is the shortest way? Would that be personal introductions? Like you, maybe there's a speaker speaking at that conference and you say, hey Michael, can you just introduce me to these people? Like what or that's not the way to go. It's more like
Cool.
DM on LinkedIn. Like what is the channels maybe that would
Yeah.
be the best, and how to not make it too salesy? Because some people come and
Cool.
say, hey, I'm speaker,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
me on, I would love to speak, and it's a little bit too much, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Let me check if I have a good example for last. No, maybe
Nice.
it's low. Oh, wait. Yeah. So when I was at my own, I starting with video, to using a lot of video for in my proposals to clients. So I have a lot of nice clients. They provide speakers, and what I did, this was in Barcelona, one of the events. I make this was 3 years ago, and I make
Nice.
a video about, hi, my name is Ryan, and nice to meet you. And this proposal is about this speaker, and blah blah blah. I give advice in 30 seconds. And with this video, my conversion was a lot of much higher than my normal conversion. And I think this is also the thing with speaker agents and with the speaker management thing. So if you are personally, if you're not to sales, if you are on LinkedIn via email or calling, that's also very good, nice. And to have a really strong pitch. And the pitch is, I think, my name is Ryan. I helping people to start with speaking with this, three things maximum. Can we just drink a cup of coffee and let's go, like this one? Because I want to have the impact in 3 seconds. Okay, what's your topic and why you are speaking? What's your why? And then
Mm.
it depends which channel you use. But I think in the world we are now in, you can choose a lot of channels. So by phone or email, and I think the most thing is LinkedIn with a video, because video makes sense and say a lot of things more than just a question on LinkedIn. And this helps me to grow with my speakers agency, because I was the only one in the Netherlands and a small guy, but only one with video. And we are doing a lot with videos on in offers, on socials, on advertisement. So videos, I think they're really strong always, and also now in the world with AI and with different AI tools, you can copy that also. So I think this is a human side.
I love it, man. Do you add any text to it, or just on LinkedIn? It's like just a video, plainly, without any sort of like long text with the "this is my bio, look at my links." Like initially, you just send them the video.
Yeah, I send them a video and also with some text, and in the text some URLs, links with my speaker. You can use a speaker reel, or you can use a PDF with some three things. So your three products, so like a bio, a short, and then a copy of like reference of some gigs or clients or people they are loving you. And the best thing I think is to do is to write some blogs or to hidden a podcast or something else that I need to choose and I need to click to have more information about you. So that is the neuromarketing science of this one, is that if you give someone things for free, they are happy and also they like you more. So the likability is higher if you give someone free things. So if you are now searching on LinkedIn or you see LinkedIn, a lot of people give free PDFs or give free webinars or free this, free this, free this. They want that because the likability of you.
Now, let's imagine that you're not doing what you're doing. You work in a corporation, let's say, and you're like, I want to start working as a speaker. You've never been a speaker, but you're very excited about it. By the way, yesterday we had this question at our public speaking training. Somebody asked, where do I find speaking opportunities? Like, how do I research conferences, events? How do I find them? So if you can maybe think of how do I find these opportunities, but also if you've never done anything, you're just starting now, and you want in the next 2-3 years to make this your career, what would be your step-by-step to start building this profile?
I think step one is to create a storyline. So that's the why, how, what of Simon Sinek. I'm using that a lot of times because this is always helping me also to find your own why. And I think that is the most important thing. What's your why? Why are you speaking? Is that because you have a nice story, or you have something in your life, or a crisis, or let's move on that. If you have that, then create for yourself a script. So it's difficult to say, but scripting is the best way to work as a speaker, because then you know, okay, in 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'm using this move, or I'm using this, or this sentence, or this word. So I think that is the most important, to script everything and then learn your script and take the time. So take 3 to 6 months to learn your script. And if you then ready with your script, testing the script with small venues. Here in the Netherlands, for example, we have some venues you can go as a speaker for free and make a night or a daily routine with some free gigs, or for your family, or at the mirror, or record your keynote and send them to someone. And if you are feeling, okay, this is the right position on my keynote and this is the right topic, then you are moving to branding and marketing. And branding it's more than marketing. Branding is, okay, your logo, your visuals, and everything on that. And then your marketing, you can choose at least 3 things on your marketing. So a lot of speakers using here in the Netherlands a mail campaign, so MailChimp for newsletters, SEO, so advertisements on the Google and search engine with blog content, because if you're searching on speaker names or topics, also blogs are very important. And the last one is social media video content, so shorts, 15 to 30 seconds making about your topic, and then let's say you're starting 1 times a week, then 2 times, then 3 times a week, and then you go further with 3 times a week. But the first thing is scripting and making your story, because without story, you can't speak for money. And in this position you are now as a speaker, and if you sell yourself for money, then you have an important job, and also you are very important in the game, because if you are making a bad move on this event, the event can be much better and much bad on that side.
That's great, man. That's great. I wonder.
Maybe last
There's
question
these
or something else?
speakers. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I know you have a busy Monday, brother. And we should get you for round 2, though. I have so many more questions, but the last question is I think it's the consistently bookable speaker, man. Because sometimes we talk a lot about, I recommend this speaker. Maybe you book them once or twice, whatever. I read this book, the Bookability formula, I think it's called. The lady is talking about how 1% of the 1% are the most booked speakers consistently being booked. And here maybe it comes also not just your delivery on stage, but also it comes how reliable you are, and how likable you are, and how much you over deliver. Like, I don't know. I want to hear it from you. Like the speakers that you want to book over and over and over and over again, and you do it, what makes them stand out? Why do you book them again and again and again? Let's that be the final question.
Yeah, I think also a nice question. I think the main point of all these speakers are they are a business. So they are seeing himself as a business. And in every business, you have a management team, you have someone on marketing, you have someone on sales, and this and this and this. And if you are a speaker and you do, let's say, more than 50, 60 gigs each year, then you are on a mid-level. High level is more than 180 to 100. Let's say if you have the best storyline and you are unique in your story, and also be unique is not to copy some things of each other. So I'm now copying every time Simon Sinek, but I love this guy and also his stories are famous. But you need to make your own materials. And if you make your own materials or your own way of speaking, and that's also the difficult part of speaking, because what's unique in this world in 2026? What's unique? But the unique things are also, okay, I'm standing now and I'm listening to my audience and make the silence. And then I go in with the audience with a catchbox or something else. Do you have something unique in that case, or you're a singer or something? And I think if you are looking at your question, why is it 1% more and constantly, is I think they are owning the topic. All these speakers are owning the topic. We have here in the Netherlands a lot of speakers. Let's say Mark Tichelaar, he is the best sellable speaker on focus. He writes focus book and he plays a lot of videos on focus on LinkedIn, and he has 1% extra because his topic, he owns his topic. And I think that is the final answer on this one is be the one on your topic, be unique, and unique in different ways. Unique is not only your clothes or something else. Unique is from second one to the last minute. I need to have a look and I say, okay, Jesus, this is really nice. And that is
Appreciate it, man.
the thing.
Appreciate it. I want to give you the space, 30 seconds, just to share with the audience. How can you help them? The event producers watching, maybe the speakers
Cool.
watching. What are you doing and how can you help them?
Yeah, of course. Nice to be here. And if you want to hear more about speaking gigs or to make your keynote sellable, yeah, please connect us also. We are helping speakers here in the Netherlands, but also worldwide, maybe with our speaker club. And for interesting event companies, we have, with the background of A Speakers and Athenas, a lot of different speakers on around the world, from Europe to Dubai to London. So keep connected. Thanks.
So LinkedIn is fine, right?
Yeah, LinkedIn is fun, always.
Amazing. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll bring him back, I promise. Let us know if you
Super,
have any more
thanks.
questions and let's stay connected. Let's keep performing.
Super.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.